good evening and welcome to the Tupperware party. My name is Monique and this is my partner. He likes to be called Tuppa Jim. So welcome to the Tupperware party. We're very happy to be with you virtually today. And what we want to share with you is the Tupperware 4 systems of kitchen organization. And of course, the Tupperware 4 systems of kitchen organization are best shown in real life. So we want to welcome you to our kitchen and show you our Tupperware lifestyle, where we live the mission at Tupperware, which is save time, save money, enjoy a healthy lifestyle, and all while being a solution to the pollution we say, or helping to reduce or eliminate single-use plastic. And Tuppa Jim went shopping today.
I did.
And so he's going to show us how we put that, or I should say how he puts all
we can work together. Obviously, we make a great team.
He's going to
show
you
off camera.
what he does when he gets home from the grocery store.
Right.
Okay, you go ahead.
You go. Okay.
You go.
Oh, this is like the spotlight's on me.
That's
oh boy.
right.
Good thing I like the spotlight. Okay, so this is what you get at the store, obviously, and this is the, are you taking the night off? This is the package that's coming in. Well, if you leave this stuff as is in the fridge, it's not going to last. I mean, I just came home and already these things are getting choked out in the plastic bags. So, here we have one system of kitchen organization, Fridge Smarts. And all different shapes and sizes. And it's a special venting system. If you take a look right there too. It tells you what it is and how to vent it. And there's a track on top. Whoop! It's open, closed, and halfway. And it will prolong the life of your fruits and veggies. Alright, so I'm going to do my best to put them in the proper containers at the proper settings. And we do have something like a mystery guest in here. It's celery from over 30 days ago. The lonely celery. But it's still crisp as the day that I bought it. And if you notice here, there's moisture on the lid. So what happens when you bring your fruits or veggies home, you put them in these containers and they continue to live inside the container. I mean, you can use the crispers in the fridge, but who knows how those actually work, right? Okay, so we'll start with this over here. I promise not to make a mess, but I've already done that. So, and here we have some lemons and limes in here as well, with a little bit of moisture on the lid, so they are alive and well in these containers. All right, so strawberries. That's strawberries, peppers, grapes, lemons, limes, mushrooms. I mean, anything that you're going to want to grab and go in the fridge. So, but they're not in these containers because these plastic clamshells, these bags, I mean, they're just basically designed to transport the stuff from the store to home. Even these peppers. Keep them in the bag for a day or two, your peppers are going to be mush. So let's put them in the containers. Then we'll pass it back to Monique. Right? Huh, okay. Look at me go. Peppers. And they are vented, let's see, half. There we go. That's perfect. Lemons and limes. We have several of these containers, which is good. Something a little smaller, perhaps. Yeah. We'll use this for the grapes. And these grapes are delicious. I sampled one, and it's crispy, crunchy. Oh, wow. And it'll stay crispy and crunchy inside these containers. Almost there. Like I say, everything's in. And this one here, you want to close it. Perfect. There we go. Cauliflower. We've had cauliflower last in our fridge in these containers for well over, let's see, I'm just going to cut that in half. Bear with me. I'm looking for
It's right here.
I can never find the one I'm looking for. Oh, that's
it's
why.
right
Oh,
here.
it's a part of. There you go.
I had it.
Oh, welcome back.
I had it ready for the next
something else.
demonstration. Yes.
Exactly. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop this in half. That way it'll fit better in the container. Like so. Put a lid on it. Come on in, we can share the frame.
Well, I'm just getting what we need.
Well, the idea is getting rid of, well, that's what you do in the rehearsal. Alright. Cauliflower. How was that vented? Just how I thought. Ha. Boom.
You want that for the strawberries? Or a bigger one?
Sure, that'll probably work. Yeah. Just the size, the shapes. Just the organization too, and when you put it all in the fridge, you'll see how it all shapes up. It's amazing. Just an organization system. This, and then one more for the mushrooms.
Another small one?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Lemons and limes can go in together. You can also put like things together as well.
So you can see we have a lot of fridge smarts that we're using with the groceries we just picked up. We still have some in the pantry. That's where I was running to get these, and you're going to see we still have some in the fridge. So with the fridge smarts,
what are these little cuties?
These are the mini fridge smarts, and these are not available for sale. But what they are is a host reward. So for our Tupperware party host, this is what you can get for free with your Tupperware party. So exclusive and not otherwise available. So that, along with the other host benefits is why a lot of people will choose to host. And we have exclusive items, free items, and half-price items for Tupperware hosts. And you can accumulate quite a lot. And so start making your wish list for what you're going to want in your Tupperware party as a host. So these ones, mini size, not available for sale. This size is called small, and it's available only on its own. And then we have a set. So the set looks like this.
Ooh, yeah, hang on.
So the set is the medium. And then two of this size, which is called small deep. And then that one is a medium. So if you've been already browsing in the catalog, you can see this is what that set looks like. And you can buy them all individually. But you can see for us, just for our shopping for today, we needed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a set comes in 4. And you're going to see in our fridge in a moment that we have a bunch more in there. So should we go to the fridge now? Oh, you've still got some. Do you want to put those cucumbers away?
No, we're out of containers for now. But, yeah, cucumbers. You
That.
can't keep them in the fridge like this. Actually, 1 cucumber, 1 zucchini. And the price of food these days, you want to preserve it as long as you can. Because if you leave these like that, they're not going to last more than a couple days.
Do you want me to get another container?
No, we're good. We'll take it to the fridge, shall we?
So we're going to move to the fridge.
Oh, I want to take that with you. Are we going to put these in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do it?
Well, I don't know. I can only do one thing at a time. Here we go.
Hi, everyone.
Here we go.
Welcome to the fridge.
Cheers.
Cheers, sweetheart.
Okay, this might not.
Oh, it'll work.
Is it? Look at that.
There, it's perfect.
Whoa. Look at that. I may just back it up a little bit, too. It's just the right height. Perfect. Okay, off you go.
So what you can see is we've already got a few fridge smarts in here. This size, it's called the medium deep. We actually use this quite a bit. This has romaine lettuce in it. And I get the question all the time, with all the produce that I'm putting in here, should I wash it or should I cut it or should I just leave it dirty, from the store? And the answer is both. So if you wash it and cut it and prep it, it won't last as long as if you put it in all dirty and unwashed. But it will still last longer than if you leave it in a plastic bag, for sure. So often what we do is we get the 6 heads of romaine. We'll put 3 here, cut, washed, prepped, ready to go. And we'll put 3 in another one that are
Should we talk about the
dirty.
big container?
Dirty.
The huge container?
No.
Okay.
No, we should not. What we're trying to talk about is only things that we can get.
Oh, in the catalog.
Yes, in the catalog. So the big container that Jimmy's dying to tell you about.
I just want to show it to you. It's so big.
It's not available for you, so we're trying to not show you things and then say, and you can't buy it.
Oh, darn.
Okay, so not for today. And then the other ones I've got in here.
Watch the lid there.
That's the carrots. Okay, so it's perfect size for the carrots. And then this one is, what's in here? Oh, it's cabbage. So these are great for those larger items. Okay, so again, we had to cut it in half. So it would fit. So now we've got all those new containers from the store.
You want to try to fit them all in there?
A lot of times people say that they can't get Fridge Smarts or don't get Fridge Smarts because they have no room in the fridge for them. So what I want to do is show you a little trick. What we've done in order to make space on the shelf for those items, we've actually put a lot of the items that you might normally put up here, we've put into the drawers, right? So we've got our milk down here, we've got our cream cheese, mayonnaise, and so on, because we don't use the crisper drawers because they don't work. This is why we're getting Fridge Smarts, because they do work. So we're going to just add to this now all these other ones, and so having this space, extra space freed up, allows us to, and you know what, I actually love having the Fridge Smarts out like this because you can see through them, so you can see what's in them. And for me, I don't know about you, but it motivates me to eat healthy things because I can see them. They're like on display. So when I open my fridge, that's kind of like what I see, right? I see fresh food. And the kids actually will go gravitate when they see those grapes and they see those strawberries. They'll actually go grab them. On the top, you can see we usually put our leftovers in there. So I've got a variety of different containers for leftovers, and of course with Tupperware, that's what you think of most when you think of Tupperware, of course, is storage and containers, and we've got a lot of cool ones, so I'm going to show you a few right now. This guy here is one of those 4 systems of kitchen organization. So 4 systems. One is the Fridge Smarts. That's going to help prolong the life of your fruit and veg. So remember, back to that Tupperware mission, helping you save time, save money, eat healthy, enjoy a healthy lifestyle while being a solution to the pollution. So all the systems will do that for you. And this is another system of kitchen organization. It's called a vent and serve, and it's to store food that you've made in advance, batch cooking, meal prep, leftovers. So what we've got in here are pancakes. Okay, so this container is our most versatile container. It can go in the fridge, freezer, microwave, dishwasher, everywhere, but it is designed, this particular container, to be used to reheat or to cook. So it's got a few features. It's got this little pop top here, so when it's time to reheat the pancakes, we can put that container in the microwave. There's these handles that stay cool, so when you take it out of the microwave, you won't need any oven mitts, even if you've had it in there for a long time. Now, to reheat something, you don't need to leave it in for very long, but you can also cook in these. So it's also got these little feet on the bottom, so that's a little bit different than a regular container, and that allows the air microwave's heat to pass through, so you get even heating on that. The other kind of container we have for food storage and leftovers this is called a crystal wave. We've got a whole bunch of sizes, shapes, and colors. It's also got a little pop top. So there are in both the crystal wave and the vent and serve individual portion sizes as well. And this is the famous tuna casserole. Nobody wants to eat it. The kids think it sounds gross. Jimmy doesn't like pasta, so wow. It's just staying in here for now. It might end up in the freezer eventually, but that's the crystal wave line. And then these guys here, these are actually, they're called freezer mates. They're in my fridge. They go in the fridge or freezer. They're good for coldness, not for hotness. So don't take these and put them in the microwave. So consequently, I don't usually store anything in here that needs to be reheated in the microwave. So in fact, what we've got in here is meat ready to be cooked, raw meat. And this container actually is so handy because it holds 1 pound. 1 pound of meat, okay? So I've got 2 pounds here, we've got another 2 pounds here.
Pork over there, beef over there.
And it's ready for our next recipes. So those are the third system of kitchen organization that I want to show you, and that's called Freezer Mates. And we're going to show you next the freezer. But even though I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fridge smarts in the fridge, I still have plenty of room. Of course, we make use of everything that's on the side here as well. And we've got Tupperware has a couple of really cool pictures that I love because they can go on the side. They can go on the side, what's that called? Door. So this is the clearly elegant picture. And you can see through it, which is always nice. It's got a little flippy top to pour. That's actually cold brew. And we have a cold brew carafe. So once I brew it, yep, it's right there. I was going to show. That's the cold brew carafe. So it's like you put coffee and water in here. It's got a really fine filter. Okay, and I've never seen a product like this anywhere. And I can't tell you how much this has saved me in buying the more expensive cold brew drinks, right? So you can put this, it has to brew overnight, so that also could go in the door. But once it's done brewing, I put it into this beautiful pitcher. And then the other one we've got is the slimline pitcher, it's called. Love these, again, because you can see through. It's got a lid, it doesn't leak, so if you have anything you need to shake, like if you're making juice and you need to shake it up. So that's the slimline pitcher. That goes there. And my leftovers can go back. And I've still got lots of room, actually. So that's all leftovers at the top, fruit, veg, and then all of our stuff that, again, traditionally you might see on the shelves. So let's have a look now in the freezer.
I'm just going to lean it forward. How's that?
Yes.
So we're going to open that up.
So we're going to open it up.
We're going to
now it's only about half full.
Forward. Whoa.
It's only about half full.
It's probably best if you just kind of pull those things up, put them on the
I'm
counter,
gonna
talk
pull
about
them.
them.
I just wanted them to see kind of the scene. So, I mean, there's lots of different kind of freezers out there, right? But we've got this kind, and whoops, it's heavy, heavy. I'm going to show you the freezer mates, give you some ideas of what you can put in them. And then I'm going to show you all the sizes. So freezer mates, they are a little different than a regular container. Back a little bit. It's right in
It's
my
on the
face.
tripod.
Okay. So see this? It's soft and flexible, okay? And that means it's safe to be in the freezer. So what I also want you to see is this, the design of this container collects ice on the lid. So it's flexible, it's soft, so it's not going to crack or snap or break once it's frozen. It's designed to be frozen. And as long as you don't fill the containers all the way to the top, like you want to have nothing touching the lid, the ice crystals will form on the lid rather than the food, okay? So that's what freezer burn is. And when the ice crystals collect on the food, it's usually because the food inside wasn't airtight or liquid tight, so the crystals form. So think about a plastic bag with a twist tie that you have bread in the freezer. Do you ever notice the bread's always covered in ice crystals? And then, of course, the same for your frozen fruits and veg, right? So this container here is corn, frozen corn. And
I'll just bring these over here.
Sure, thanks, honey.
Yeah.
It's frozen corn, but it's not all stuck together, right? So usually when you've got frozen vegetables, they often will get stuck together. So you've got this size that you saw our ground meat in. This one actually has chicken. It's got a couple of chicken breasts in there. And this size is twice as big. So everything's a little like modular, like it all fits together, kind of like
check out this.
Like Tetris, right?
For example.
For example. There you go. This is all the collection of freezer mates and all the sizes we have, and they're kind of like, they have these color-coded lids. These are empty. You know why? Because you could see my freezer is half empty, which means it's time for like another maybe Costco run, right? So if like, and yeah, I mean, I don't know how many I had in here. I had those, I had 4 there, 5, 6, 7 freezer mates in there. And then this is a whole bunch more. These would easily all fit in there. So sometimes you think, like, how many do I need? And really what you want to think about is, and these also are sold in sets or individual, but I just, like, good example for my fridge smarts is I just make a list. Like, what would I love to have always on hand in the fridge if I knew money was not an object and I would not be worried about waste, right? So you could see we have 10 items in there, but there's probably another 10 items that would be great to have on hand too. And most people don't do that because they're afraid they're going to waste it and throw it out. But it's so nice to have choices and to have a lot of different items in the fridge to choose from. And the same for the freezer, right? So if you know that you're not going to throw things out because they're going to get the ice crystals and the freezer burn, what would you choose to have in your freezer, right? You'd have a few different kinds of fruits and veg, some leftovers, all kinds of stuff, right? You'd be able to keep it and save it. You'd be able to shop when items are on sale, and then stock up. So I'm just going to show you the sizes. So I'll take that back.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we have this size, and that's that 1 pound size, right? So those do come in a set of 4. And then this size, it is the same as 2 of these guys, but just like on the horizontal instead of the vertical. So those ones we use a lot for if we're putting 4 chicken breasts, cold cuts, cheese, and then this size we saw, it's the same as 2 of these guys. So again, it would be for 2 pounds of meat if you want. We often put frozen fruit in those. And then this guy over here, the yellow lid one, this one, my favorite thing to put in here is a whole chicken. And sometimes we put in a whole raw chicken, and sometimes we put in a whole cooked chicken. So that's a handy size. It's also good for baking or muffins, things like that. I was really inspired by a friend today who posted online her pre-made frozen breakfast sandwiches. And that would be a great one to put in here. And lastly, on the bottom,
it's all about the balance.
We've got this one here, and this we do Costco shopping a lot, so we use this one, and it's great for like a whole flat of chicken breasts. The sausages we put in here. You could put all the hamburger from Costco in here, so it just depends on your meal prep, your shopping habits, which sizes you need. But again, they're all sold either individually or in different sets. So that's 3 systems of kitchen organization. Fridge Smarts, Vent and Serve, Freezer Mates, and next we're going to go to the pantry for the 4th system of kitchen organization. That is the modular mates. So let's head over to the pantry. And what's going to happen in the pantry with the modular mates, it's the same thing. We're going to preserve our dry goods. We're going to preserve our dry goods. So what does that mean? It means that just like with the fruits and vegetables, you don't want to store them in the same package that they come home in the store with. So that could be like a plastic clamshell or a plastic bag. Those will not keep your produce fresh. It's not designed to do that. It's basically designed to get it home from the store. Same with the freezer foods. You don't keep your meat on the styrofoam thing with the plastic wrap on top. Why? Because it won't keep your meat for as long as you want it. Unless you're eating the food like today or tomorrow or the next day, you need to have a storage system. And I'm here to tell you that Ziploc is not a storage system. Ziploc will not suffice. Air and liquid can still get through a Ziploc bag. So don't put your things into Ziploc if you want to preserve them. And I have things in my pantry that I've had for years. And that's okay because a modular mate, it's got an airtight and a liquid tight seal. It's actually what we call a double track seal. and you've got a seal on the outside and a seal on the inside, and that makes everything really great to store. So this is a perfect example. This is psyllium husk. Who uses psyllium husk? No one. I used it twice. I bought this much. It's stored in here. In the next 5 years, I will use this up, but it's okay. The alternative is you've got it in a plastic bag, you've got a twist tie on it, you might not have labeled it to know what it is, and when time comes to use it, you're going to look at it, you're not going to remember when you bought it, you're going to wonder what it is, how long, and you possibly might throw it away. That's my experience. So modular mates, you can see, as well as being like looking awesome in the pantry, the other thing is that they make good use of the space. So you can see that I've got all the way to the top, and then I've got all the way to the front and back. So I'm using up all the space. There's no wasted space. There's no plastic bags with elastic bands wrapped around. There's no half-open boxes. So I want you to think about, again, with the packaging. So think about packages that you bring home from the store where you're not going to immediately eat all the food. So, and think about things that you want to stay crisp.
Like
and
this stuff.
Think about things that you want to stay soft, right? So crispy things, you know, have you ever bought a bag of cookies or the Premium Plus crackers and they don't stay fresh? Because the packaging doesn't allow that, right? So you need to put them into a modular mate. And then with the soft things, the raisins, the marshmallows, I always love to show the marshmallows because they are legitimately more than a year old. These things, again, with no air and no liquid getting into the container, my year-plus marshmallows are super, super soft. So Jim got out a great example here, and it's the cereal box. I'm not sure how long we've had these Honey Nut Cheerios, but they're not sealed.
I guarantee these are not crispy because the bag is like this.
Yeah, and this is a teenage thing, right? So this is teaching
They
them,
don't even do this.
teaching them a lesson thing.
Do this, or your cereal's gonna be soggy.
So, and again, if you have, like, knock on wood here, we don't have any mice here yet, or ants or other critters, but this, you know, this would be trouble if you did. And imagine the cost. If you found mice droppings in here, imagine the cost of replacing it all. Oh my God, it would be like hundreds, if not
chocolate chips
more.
especially.
Hundreds, if not more. So I'm going to show you, there's a whole bunch of different heights. There's a whole bunch of different sizes. And the sizes are, they're available in single or in sets as well. So we have different heights for these containers. So I'm going to show you all the heights that we have. And you can buy the set. You can get it, actually right now, it's one of the host gifts. You can get a nice 12-piece set in your host gift. And just to give you an idea, again, just like the Fridge Smarts, 4 is not enough. Even if you're getting the host set, 12 pieces, you're going to need more. So host your party, get your 12-piece set. That's free. You just get it with host credit. And then maybe wait for a sale, maybe go to a friend's party, right? And you can get some there. So for me, it took over time, but I have, I don't know, 70 now. And again, make your list. What do I want to put in there? I have 3 kinds of pasta, 4 kinds of flour, all my baking ingredients, cookies, crackers, sugar, flour. So, yeah, it's a little bit of an addiction. I'm not going to lie. I'm addicted to having more modular mates, more ingredients, more pantry, and it's convenient to have all these things because whenever I want to bake or cook, I know I've got it and it's not gone bad. So with the height, there's different heights. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're literally called that, 1 through 5. So if you want this guy, it's called an oval 1. If you want this guy, it's called an oval 2. This guy's called a square 3. This is an oval 4, and this is what we call a super oval, and it's height number 5. So super oval is long, and this is a rectangle. See what that says? Papa Jim's chips. That's the idea, so the kids won't eat them. So this is also long. It's deep, so this is good for a deep pantry. So you can get rectangle, or super oval, and then the square or the oval. Okay, so that is the Modular Mates Pantry, and I want to bring you back to the main kitchen. We're going to show you a beautiful, fun recipe, something we make often using a couple of our very, very favorite Tupperware tools. I'm going to call them gadgets, actually. So let's go back to that main kitchen, and I'm going to make, this is a favorite Tupperware party recipe. I'm going to make some salsa for you, some homemade salsa. Are you ready for that? Yeah. So what I've got is our supersonic chopper. This is it right here. Supersonic chopper, there's a big one, and there's actually a little one. Thank you.
Still here.
So the supersonic chopper, it is a food processor unlike any other you've ever seen or had before in your life. It is manual, so no electricity. It goes all in the dishwasher, which is amazing. It's not complicated. So sometimes people own food processors, but they don't use them because they don't know how to put it together. And cleaning it is a pain in the butt, right? So I actually, supersonic chopper was the first product that I was really like, I had to have. And this exact same salsa recipe was demonstrated at my very first Tupperware party when I was a Tupperware host. And this is our blade. It's super, super duper sharp. And it goes in here. And since that day, since that Tupperware party, I have never, ever again bought any kind of dip. Like I'm going to say salsa, guacamole, hummus, tabbouleh, spinach dip, artichoke, cheesy artichoke dip I learned how to make. So before Tupperware, I didn't cook that much. I did a lot of buying things and then serving them or heating them up. So I would buy like dip. And I remember shortly after I joined Tupperware, I learned how to make this awesome spinach dip recipe. And it was so easy to do. It was just a few ingredients, and I did it up in here. And it probably cost like $1 or so, right? And the next time I was in the grocery, I saw a container of spinach dip, and it was $6.99, and I'm like, whoa. And that was opened my eyes to, again, back to that Tupperware mission: save time, save money, enjoy a healthy lifestyle. That I could save a lot of money if I was doing some of this stuff at home. But previous, I would have never dreamed of making spinach dip because it seemed like it would be hard. And it would be hard, in my opinion, if you don't have a supersonic chopper. So what's going in there is some onion and garlic. And this is, the recipe is literally called Simple Salsa. And by the way, this is the awesome onion container we have. And there's a companion potato keeper as well. This is a very, very popular product. It's got that venting on the top. Isn't onions like the most ugly and messy thing you could bring home from the store? So the onion and potato keeper are amazing for keeping them not just dark and cool and clean, but just keeping them away, keeping them out of the way. Potatoes and onions both are not pretty. So the potato container holds 10 pounds, and this will hold 5 pounds of onions. Now, we do also have a garlic press, but because I'm not just using the garlic, I'm making the dip, that's where I started using the supersonic chopper. Supersonic chopper, it's amazing for chopping anything, so if I was just cooking and I just needed some garlic and I was going to throw it in with something else, I would use the garlic press. But because I'm making that dip, I'm just going to like process and cut, and then I'm going to keep adding the other ingredients. So what I've got in there now is just 1 onion and 1 clove of garlic. And by the way, this salsa was compared to Lone Star salsa. It's better, I'm telling you. Now what you do is you pull this handle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And look at that. Look at that.
Clean up.
Look at that. It is just a minor mess, and I see Jimmy's going to help me grab it.
That's why I'm here.
There we go. Thank you, darling.
Leave nothing to waste.
So that, in five pulls, has chopped those into beautiful, fine, evenly cut onions. No crying, no onion dicky stuff everywhere.
Unless you drop it.
Unless you drop it. Okay, next ingredient I use is tomatoes, and I always use a can of tomatoes because it allows me to demonstrate my can opener. But also, I buy a high quality canned tomato so that I always have them. So, you know, it like salsa for us is a staple. It's a nice healthy choice. And it is, we know we can always make salsa because we always have onions, we always have garlic, we always have these. So with the Tupperware can opener, you can open that left-handed or right-handed. We have both in our household. So you can hold it this way and turn that way. So what I'm doing with this can opener, it actually doesn't have any blades. It only loosens the glue that holds the can together. So you're going to just unglue the top and the bottom from each other. So we do this, and then we have a little top here, and I can pull the lid off. I don't think I got it cut all the way around or pried all the way around. My son is discreetly trying to get...
Now you're part of the show, bud.
Yeah.
He's getting... Hello. Show them what you're getting, hon.
I am getting the chips.
The massive amount of chips in the Modular Mate 4. So there you go. That has come off now. So just prise the can apart, if that makes sense. And we just, nothing sharp here, nothing sharp there. So with this recipe, I always just scoop the tomatoes out with a spoon. I don't use the sauce that's in here because the sauce is... it makes the salsa too runny. So I usually just scoop it out, and then I save the sauce or the juice. It's not really juice, it's very thick. These are San Marzano tomatoes, and that's how they are. They're they have a nice juice. I also, along with discovering back in the day when I started with Tupperware, that it was more affordable and more delicious to make your own like dips. I also, you know, I basically really got inspired to cook through my journey with Tupperware.
Because you know what's in it. You know what's in everything you eat if you make it yourself.
Yeah, so we can control the ingredients, we can control the amount, we can control the salt, the sugar, and for some people that's mandatory. They can't eat things, and so they have to be in control. So making soup, this is where this is going to end up. It's going to end up in a soup or a chili or something like that. But I, again, back before Tupperware, I didn't do that kind of thing very often. I would go to a restaurant. I would buy takeout. I would buy Tim Hortons soup, right? So, continuing with the salsa, we just pull a few more times, and now the onion, garlic, and tomatoes will be incorporated. I'm not going to drop it this time because it would be a lot messier, but I definitely want to show you what it looks like now. And a couple more things to go in here. One is I use this salsa seasoning. It's from Epic here. Just putting in a random amount, although I just missed a great opportunity to show you our measuring spoons. This, my friends, is cilantro oil, and even though the Fridge Smarts can keep fresh cilantro for a long time, I always keep some cilantro oil in the house for the times that I don't have cilantro, which is often. When I buy it and store it properly in a Fridge Smart, it usually lasts about 3 weeks, which is great for cilantro. But in the interim, I found I could put one little drop of cilantro oil, and it would flavor this beautifully if you love cilantro. And thank you, honey. He got the measuring cups and spoons, and there is an official amount on the side of this jar. Our measuring cups and spoons, they do come in 6 spoons, 6 cups. And that means you've got some cool sizes like 2/3, 1/8, things that sometimes aren't included in others. The thing that's really cool about the measuring spoons is that, well, there's two things that's really cool. They snap together like Lego. There's no little ring here, so sometimes, you know, it's hard to get it off and on. But they will all stay together, and it's just like a Lego. And the other thing I love is there's a little flat bottom, so when you set that down, it stays level on the counter. And with the measuring cups, you've got the 6, and there is a little pour spout on both sides, so that, again, is great for the left and the right. And last but certainly not least, we're going to put a little bit of lime juice into our salsa, and we're going to use for that our Zest and Press. Zest and Press is available sometimes, off and on. It's in the catalog, it's out, it's in, it's out. So watch for that one to come up. But again, another switch for me, because I didn't have one of these gadgets when I thought about lemon and lime. I would buy artificial lemon juice and lime juice, and it's not the greatest. It's nothing compared to having your own fresh. So with the zesting, there's a fine mesh zester. And zesting and grating is not the same. So if you're currently trying to zest using a grater, what you're going to find is the holes are too big, right? So what happens now, you got the zest, it collects in the little hole here, and then you could use it in a recipe like salsa. And then for the juice, we just put the cut side down, and there's some holes here, and then we just squeeze. And I want you to watch how much juice we get out of there, and that's very difficult to do with your bare hands, of course. And then voila.
Half is good.
Voila.
No.
You don't want all of it?
No.
Okay.
We'll save the other half for drinks later.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to mix this up again. And let's put that into the chip and dip bowl. Thank you. So we already had some salsa we made the other night. So the chip and dip bowl is a really cool bowl. It has a nice lid, which also doubles as a serving tray. It's huge, huge, huge. And if my son didn't just take off with that big bucket of chips, we would have chips to put in here. But we'll retrieve those. We'll retrieve those from his room.
He took an actual bowl.
Oh, no, he took a bowl.
He was being responsible because he knows we're doing a show.
So this container is our Modular Mate 4. It does hold a full bag of Costco chips. So we're going to put them in here.
Dump the whole thing out there. It's party night.
There we go.
Everyone's welcome to come over.
Come on by. And we've got these little containers. They actually clip onto the side of the bowl. So that makes a fun party. And you could have guacamole on there, maybe sour cream. You could do all kinds of things, even though it's called chip and dip. Of course, you could put salad in there. I've seen it used for punch, which is fun. So this sharp blade, you can just rinse that off. Honestly, blades are usually not recommended to go in the dishwasher, but everything else can go into the dishwasher. So salsa, fresh salsa, and these, like I said, they clip onto the side of the bowl. But if you want to just put this into the fridge, you've got the lid. And this container is actually microwavable, so you could even have a hot
like a queso
in there.
Let's make queso next.
Ooh.
How long is this show?
Well, we just
already 45 minutes.
We're gonna do one more thing, and that is we're gonna show you our nachos that we make and our grated cheese.
The cheese,
okay?
the cheese.
So I'll let Jimmy do the cheese part. He's the cheese master, and who in your house is the cheese master? Grating cheese is not necessarily a fun chore, is it? Unless you have
that.
The
other alternative is this, which is also Tupperware, but then you're grating your knuckles more than you are the cheese.
And it's not available.
Right. That's why we're not talking about it. We're talking about this right now. I really got to start attending a rehearsal. Okay, you just have to make sure the counter is dry. Otherwise, it won't stick. But it suctions right on there. Like, watch this. It's a what I'll do is I'll just take it apart, show you how easy it is to put back together. So here's the cone, and here's the grater in here. So this goes into there. We're going to attach the handle. So easy that even Tuppa Jim could do it. And then this suctions onto your counter. Let me just put that towards the camera so you can see it. Just with a quarter turn, it's now locked in, and I can't pull that off right now. So, yeah, that'll work, I guess. Try to contain some of the mess. The cheese. And again, cheese comes in this, which is never going to hold up. Because again, it's not airtight. Alright, cutting board. No, we're good.
I'll get you another one.
No, we're good.
I'll get you another one. Oh, too late.
It's already done. Yeah, too slow. Alright, so put it into essentially pieces that'll fit on the top. Push this down as you turn the handle. And magically, you have grated cheese. Hang on. There we go, because the counter was wet because of that previous spill.
Oh, did it pull off?
A little bit.
There you go.
It's fine. We reloaded, we managed. Another little minor mess to clean up. But if you buy grated cheese at the store, you'll notice that it's probably sometimes $5 more than a block of cheese. And there's also an additive in that. They usually use, whether it's baking soda, some kind of sawdust perhaps, to keep it from sticking. But you can buy a block of cheese at Costco or any other store and grate it yourself in a matter of seconds, not even minutes, because you're not grating it by hand. You're letting this beautiful, I'm not going to call it a gadget. I'm going to call it a master grater, because that's what it is. I'm going to call it by its name. Give it the respect it deserves. And what we also do with this is we rice cauliflower. You can put that right on the top as well in pieces. We rice that as well when we want to mash it. And what else am I thinking? Oh, we shave ice as well for our margaritas. It's not quite margarita night, but it gives you an idea as to what this can do. Yeah, so that little block, that was quite the yield in cheese. All right, what's next?
We're just going to put the nachos together.
Oh, the nachos.
Yep.
Okay, great. Mm-hmm. Is that me doing this? Wow, I'm a little out of practice here. It's been a couple months. All right. I've never made nachos in this.
You haven't?
No.
Well, maybe I should be doing it then.
Well, who knows? Does everyone know what this is?
No, honey. Please do tell.
It's the Micro Pro Grill. How do you not know what this is? You cook things, it's metal, it's space age metal, and it's for the microwave. So what I do in this, burgers and sausages, or bacon, or whatever. But now apparently we're doing nachos, so imagine that.
Yeah, so
okay, drop some chips in there. Come in the frame here. That way you can let me know what's going on.
It's a grill.
Let's wrap this up.
It replaces your barbecue. So if you don't have a barbecue, if you can't barbecue, if you don't want to go outside, the grill will grill things, brown them like a barbecue, and you can use it to bake. You can use it as a little oven. So to make the nachos, it's really, really easy. You just put some chips in the bottom, and we're going to put some salsa on top of the chips and some cheese on top of that.
Nice bit of chips.
Or whatever you want to put on your nachos, of course. And with that Micro Pro Grill, this is all non-stick, so it's a good kind of thing to make nachos in, because otherwise you've got to use tin foil or parchment paper, and remember, we're trying to reduce that single-use plastic, aren't we? Mm-hmm. So you don't need anything on the bottom of this, and I'm just going to spoon some of the salsa on top. And then sprinkle some cheese. With the lid, there's two positions.
I would put the cheese in and the salsa on top, but that's just me personally.
Well, I asked you to make the nachos, and you didn't make them, so...
I did grate the cheese, though.
You did. You did.
You want more? There's more.
Yeah, I do.
Let's even that out.
Okay, go ahead and finish the nachos.
I will. Now that I know what's going on, let's finish it. I would just probably, again, we don't want to make a mess. That's my middle name is Messy.
I'm seeing a mess.
No, we're good. I haven't dropped anything yet. And we're going to sprinkle the cheese, a nice layer on top. And you know what else we're going to do? is I'm gonna pull out. We have some ground beef that I made earlier. It was Taco Tuesday on Tuesday. We're gonna use that up.
You're gonna put beef on these?
Why not? You know how much that is at a restaurant? A lot.
Wow! 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 Wow!
It's party
Okay.
night.
I didn't know about this secret beef.
It's the secret beef.
Oh,
It's beef.
It's the taco beef. Nice.
And again, I'm just gonna sprinkle that on.
Love it.
Look at that for a mix.
Oof. So with the lid, you can put it
Okay.
so it touches the food, or you can put
We're
it.
not gonna want that because it's gonna stick. Oh no, it's
No.
not gonna stick. It's a non-stick lid.
Well, no, it's just that. So if so let's say you want to do like garlic bread with cheese, you wouldn't put the lid all the way down. But if you were doing burgers or sausages, you'd want the lid down so it could brown on both sides. So
Let's
I'm gonna.
pop that in, see what it looks like, and show it on camera.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Thanks, honey.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we showed you.
To review.
We showed you the Tupperware 4 systems of kitchen organization. Fridge Smarts, Freezer Mates, Modular Mates, and the Vent and Serve containers. We showed you the Tupperware lifestyle, save time, save money, eat more healthy, enjoy, and while being a solution to the pollution. So we gave you some ideas about our lifestyle. We showed you some of our gadgets. We showed you our supersonic chopper, talked about saving money,
Showed you Tupper Jim.
showed you Tupper Gym.
I'm home tonight for a change.
We showed you our master grater, our supersonic chopper, our micro pro grill, and we did talk definitely about the benefits of being a host, which is I love bringing people together, and so most people who decide to host Tupperware parties, they love to bring people together. Bring people together who share a common interest or mission, like our Tupperware mission. And then also, usually, not always, but usually people who have Tupperware parties are people who have a big, big wish list and they want to get a lot of items. So they know that having a party will give them free items, half-price items, exclusive items, and then they also get to introduce Tupperware to their friends and family to help them with that lifestyle, which has really never been more important than it is now to save time, save money, eat more healthily, and of course, eliminating the single-use plastic.
Bing.
So,
One more minute to nacho time. Hang on, hang on.
Thank you so much for being with us at the Tupperware party. And
Oh yeah.
Jimmy's going to show you the nachos. Did you put it in for 2 minutes?
I put it in for 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
It's probably
With the
going to
lid
be
up.
close to being done, but you'll get
Okay.
it. You'll get an idea. So you will have links for shopping, links for the catalog, and you can see those, and you can just click and shop. Click at the link to view in the catalog, and there's always different specials, weekly, daily, sometimes, always changing. So just keep watching for those things, and I'm just going to tell you also, just give you like a heads up, that if I say it's while supplies last, it means while supplies last. Sometimes things get sold really, really, really quickly. So if I say, hey, that's one of those while supplies last, don't hesitate. Okay, finale.
The big reveal.
Drum roll, please. Ready? And whoa!
Look at that.
It's steaming.
Unbelievable.
Steaming.
We have nachos.
It still needs another minute.
You know what though? Even the beef is browning because the lid must be touching the beef a little bit.
Yeah.
But we don't want to press down because it comes with 2 settings. We got kind of like the up and then the down. So when I cook burgers and sausages, it touches the meat. That way it browns on both sides. 1 more minute, I think.
1 more minute.
Till supper time.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. We can make cakes in here too.
Yes, we can make cakes. We have made brownies, cakes. I've made like an omelet type dish in there. We made
Chicken Parmesan?
that's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah. How do you do that in that?
Chicken
It
Parmesan,
just works.
lasagna.
Chicken Parm.
So whenever, and that's one of our many, we have a lot of different Tupperware cooking tools. We have some for the microwave, some for the oven. We have cookware for the stovetop as well. Keep flipping through the catalog. You're going to discover a lot of things about Tupperware you didn't know. It's definitely more than bowls. It's definitely more than storage. And the cooking systems, like the cooking, the kitchen, I call them gadgets, helpers in the kitchen, have really transformed the way that I shop, cook, eat, and meal plan, because you know, I'm able to do a lot more than I ever thought possible. I'm pretty sure I never made chicken parm before I got that gadget. I'm pretty sure I never made soup.
And the chicken, here's the secret, it stays moist. Even the burgers, like even if you overcook them, they're gonna stay moist because they're in the microwave.
Let's see.
Just saying.
He's got his nachos.
I'm a believer.
Here's the nachos. All right. He's going to bring it up to the front.
Nice and close.
Thank you, everybody, for being at the Tupperware party. Thank you, Tuppa Jim, for helping with the camera and the kitchen tonight. And have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us.
See you next time. Bye.